Are there enough mathematicians, enough of the smartest minds on Wall Street here at the SEC now? It's hard to compete on a pay grade with the big banks, but you need some of their top talent here. Do you have it?
We have it, and we're getting more of it.
How? How do you get more of it? How do you recruit them here?
Well, first of all, one of the benefits of the credit crisis, candidly, is a much greater availability of talent. Two, you'll find, look, there's always a great number of people who are attracted to public service, and we saw a spike in interest just as a result of the credit crisis, where, frankly, people wanted to help to be part of the solution and be involved in bringing to justice those who violated the law, even more so than in the past.
How do you pitch them? Can you give me your pitch to maybe a top Wall Street trader? Or
it's not that hard to sell.
Really?
Because a lot of people want to be on the right side. They saw misconduct or just poor regulation or excesses of one form or another, poor risk controls, poor corporate governance, and they want to be part of the solution. So sometimes it's people who are later in their career and have been on Wall Street for 20 or 30 years. Some are lawyers working in firms who have been doing broker-dealer or investment advisor cases, some from credit rating agencies that come from across financial services, but it's not that hard to sell.
Harry Markopolos, the Madoff whistleblower, filed 4 separate thorough investigations that he had done to the FCC on Madoff. He was ignored. He said, I essentially gave the FCC Madoff gift-wrapped and delivered. But now, looking at whistleblowers, you want them to be listened to and compensated. You've set up a whole whistleblower initiative, right? Saying, hey, we, the SEC, need to pay more attention to these folks.
We are focused on that. We have a legislative proposal to expand our whistleblower program, and that's currently before Congress as part of the Investor Protection Bill. We also have our cooperation initiative, where we're borrowing some of the common tools from the Department of Justice in order to be able to incentivize insiders to come forward with information about wrongdoing earlier on, in the life cycle of a fraud, before investor money is lost or minimize those losses. And in return, we'll take that into account in deciding how to resolve their cases. So the whistleblower legislation, the cooperation tools, and other initiatives are all designed to get us high-quality insider evidence earlier on in the life cycle of a case.
Incentivize them, you mean pay them?
Well, the whistleblower involves payment.
How much?
The proposed legislation is exactly that. It hasn't been. I don't believe it's in the House bill. It hasn't been passed by the Senate, and then has to go to conference. But the current proposal, I believe, indicates that for cases where the penalty is in excess of $1 million, up to 30% of that can go to a whistleblower, assuming that they meet the various criteria. That's money that would normally go to the Treasury. It's not money that would go to harmed investors.